harassment. Jimmy Mbogo, KTN News.
All right, it's time to talk about some of the trending topics that have been online. I mean, the biggest one being what has been happening in Shakahola, and Caroline Obuya is joining me to discuss some of these stories. Of course, there are some other horrific stories that are coming up to the surface. Makes you wonder what's happening in Kenya. Let's start off with what's happening in Shakahola. Apparently, the death toll has come to 90. What are netizens saying about this?
It's alarming. It's what is trending right now, and people are really talking about it, asking what is really happening in the world. This just coming, days after there was another instance in Kitengela about the man stabbing the girlfriend. But Shakahola has sent shockwaves throughout the country now. The latest is that the people who are coming out, we had some survivors from Shakahola who have come out, and some are in hospital actually being treated, and they're saying that, they are going to Shakahola was voluntary, they went there on their own volition. No one forced them to go there, and, the preaching, they were given an option whether either to fast or not fast. So fasting, it was on their own volition to fast. And they're saying, one of them, Ben Amani, is saying that, if going to fast so that he can be shown the way through, the way forward, why not fast? And if fasting meant meeting Jesus meant fasting until death, so what are they waiting for in the world? So such sentiments make people wonder. Kenyans are weighing in and saying that brainwashing is real, because that is really a result of brainwash. You've been brainwashed until you cannot victimize the person who is brainwashing you. So Kenyans are really weighing in, saying there is something wrong in Shakahola, and something really needs to be done. There was even not just Ben Amani, there was a lady who was also, the activists, were there to rescue the woman. She who had fasted for over 10 days, and she didn't look well, and she's there trying to resist, saying that no, you're taking me away from my Jesus, So they're wondering what is really happening.
And one has to wonder what doctrines they are subscribing to, because everything, if it is the Christian religion, is within the Bible. So we don't see anywhere where people fasted to death.
Exactly. It seems that these cults that are coming, they have misinterpreted the Bible in such a way that they are able to brainwash these people to believe in basically what the pastor is teaching them. So Kenyans have blamed this really mostly on circumstances like poverty, naivety, So people that, like those pastors, they manage to, they
have some sort of influence to the point that people are traveling from all parts of Kenya to this piece of land to basically take their own lives in a quest, apparently, to meet Jesus. But really unfortunate, investigations are still ongoing. We had the CS traveling all the way to that part of the country just to have a look at what has been going on as the investigations continue. But there has been another very disturbing video that has been making its rounds on WhatsApp and other social media sites of a woman apparently taking the life of her young one. I myself avoided watching it, but I do understand that it is really disturbing.
Horrific scenes, tricks, and as you say, you avoided to watch it. Could you
describe it to our viewers, for those who haven't watched it?
Yes, some people actually, after watching it, they say they wish they could unsee that horrific video. So basically, let me talk about it. For those who didn't see it, there was this lady in her mid-20s, and she had a 2-year-old child there, and what the neighbors were covering the whole ordeal at that moment because they could not break in to go and help the child. So she had a knife. She was naked. The child was naked. She had a knife, and she was actually stabbing the child, the 2-year-old child, who was crying and crying. And the mother, as she stabbed this child, she was singing rhymes, nursery rhymes.
Who was singing the rhymes?
The mother. Oh, okay. That, oh, you will never cry again, my child. you will rest forever, you will not have this pain again, as she stabbed the child. This was so disturbing until the neighbors, they were trying to break the door so that they can go in, but they could not because it was grilled. But all they managed to do was just, of course, take a video as they pleaded with Olivia Nasserian to stop what she was doing. I mean, they literally resorted to crying, telling her to stop, but she couldn't stop. She stabbed that baby, 2-year-old baby, to death. And after stabbing the 2-year-old baby to death, she resorted to eating her internal organs. It said that she ate the kidneys, she ate the liver.
Excuse me?
That is how cruel, that is how painful that child died, and that was so heartless. So
is this all captured in the video?
Yes, Tricks. That's why people are saying that they wish they could unsee that video that was making rounds. I saw it myself, and I couldn't fathom it.
Yeah,
it was so bad. So
we're at this level. We are crossing from poverty and despondency and into maybe mental health, from what you have just described, don't you think?
Well, some people are saying it could be mental health. Others are saying it could be cults. Now that we're seeing there's so much cultic activities going on, so it could be anything. But there was so much, Kenyans are weighing in, and there were so many words being thrown around, from fear women, daughters of Jezebel. There was an outcry. But people are saying that some women really, because this incident happened, they say that the lady Nasserian had parted ways with the father of the child. And so people are saying that really women need to know how to take care of emotions. They need to know how to accept rejection. And men are saying that, men don't owe you love. You need to know how to accept rejection. So there's all kinds of manner, and people are saying the people who should be entrusted to be the caregivers of these children are the ones who are causing pain to these children.
Because
it is
just
bad.
to take us back to Shakahola, there were children who have lost their lives because they are also made to fast. A child does not have the capacity to decide to fast to death. So they are also, in this other story, they have been caught up in the decisions of adults who are meant to be taking care of them.
Yes, same thing that is happening to Shakahola. We've seen families of those people who have lost people who don't know where the kins are. They've come out to say that my son or my daughter went with all the children, all 5 children, all 4 children, to Shakahola, and we have not been able to be in touch. We have not been able to see them. They're actually asking the government to be helped to find their kin. Actually, most of those people in Shakahola, in some of the mass graves in Shakahola, most of those who have been found there are children. And some of the children we even saw on television are saying, they have been brainwashed into thinking that they're not supposed to go to school. Education is evil. That they need to follow the cult, and such are they have really been brainwashed into dying to go to see Jesus. So it's a sad situation, and children need to be protected.
Okay, pretty unfortunate news right there, and obviously one wonders how the prosecuting bodies would handle some of these cases, because clearly you can say the elements of consent when it comes to all this fasting and the mass suicides, and also there are elements of mental health problems when it comes to child abuse. So I do believe lawmakers, and rather lawyers and prosecutors, have their work cut out for them when it comes to both cases. And lastly, the world has lost a renowned musician, that is Harry Belafonte. Now, Harry Belafonte, has made history in the past. He was an American singer, actor, and activist who popularized the calypso music in the international audiences in the 50s. Now, his breakthrough album was Calypso, and it was the first million-selling LP by a single artist. What are netizens saying about the passing of Belafonte?
A big name that is being mourned across the country, from America to Kenya. In Kenya, Raila Odinga has mourned this icon, saying that he has fond memories of Harry Belafonte, and the world has lost someone who transformed the art space. And he was a big name. In America, we have Kamala Harris, who has mourned Harry Belafonte, saying that they've lost an icon who was, you know, at the forefront in fighting activism. He was there to transform the art industry. Another person who has mourned Harry Belafonte is Barack Obama, saying that this is a huge name. We've lost an icon. So Harry Belafonte is being mourned across the world. Yeah, and for his
obviously will live on after him, because and have the same effect it has had for decades. Thank you so much, Caroline Obuya, for helping us go through the trending topics. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more for you here on News Diary. Do stay tuned.